you're having a job interview, do you have this feeling of uncertainty, stiffness? You start sweating and you don't know the answers to the simplest of questions. And whether it's your first or 100th job interview, it doesn't matter. When you are being evaluated, you cannot simply perform to the fullest. When I had my first proper job interview, this was exactly how I felt. I failed the interview. I still got the job, as that company really needed people who spoke good English, which is rather rare in Ukraine, where I'm from. But if not for that, my personality as I have presented it there would not have impressed anyone. Till the age of 28, I've had more than 30 interviews. I've mastered this process in 4 languages and in 5 different fields. But my skills did not appear overnight. Here are some things I wish I did differently back then. Luckily for you, after this video you will know better not to repeat my mistakes. Preparing for the job interview consists of 3 parts: internal, external, and functional. Internal preparation is the preparation of yourself, such as having good sleep the night before, eating a good breakfast before the interview, and dressing appropriately for the company and your possible role in it. If you don't eat or sleep well before the interview, chances are you are going to be sluggish, slow, anxious, and you will mess up in the end. If your attire does not correspond to an image of an attire of a potential candidate, chances are you will be evaluated poorly just for giving too few ducks, no matter how genius you are. External preparation is a research about the company. You should learn by heart what it does, its mission and vision, as well as the founding year. If you were too lazy to learn those, you've had that rejection coming. Functional preparation means preparing for the specific interview by thinking through all the possible scenarios. You will never know all the answers to all the questions they will ask you on an interview, but the more answers you know, the faster you will find the right answer. Practice makes perfect. Google the most common questions that come up in the interview for your specific desired position, read the vacancy and figure out what you're lacking and how you can compensate for it, etc. Then write down the possible answers to possible questions. Before my last interview for the position I currently hold for more than 2 years, I had 134 questions and answer in it. One thing that helped me a lot was writing them down by hand on separate cards, but your approach might be different. An important thing to remember is, don't be afraid to go an extra mile. Let me tell you a story. Back in the days when I was a student, I was applying for a position of an event manager for one of the biggest Austrian pharmacy producers. I was well prepared. Heck, I could recite their website in German and English. Just to let you know, I'm from Ukraine. English and German are my 3rd and 4th languages. Yeah, I'm a show-off. But that's not the point. I surprised them. Not only was I ready to present the heck out of myself, I also had a laptop with a 9-minute presentation about my skills and my fit for the company. It was also in 2 languages depending on what they wanted to hear. Once I pulled out my computer, they had no choice but to listen to what I have to say. And you know what? They were impressed. Not by my presentation skills. I presented in German, so my accent kinda sucked. No, but because of my willingness to go an extra mile. Don't be afraid to go an extra mile. Before this interview, I have mastered my presentation on a few other smaller companies, and I have never regretted preparing for those, as every time as I prepared, I learned something new. Another helpful thing is having a portfolio ready. And I don't care what it's gonna be, just make sure that you're able to demonstrate your accomplishments. Yeah, I know, not all of us are actually creating something to show on an interview. I get it. But you can always get creative. A friend of mine was applying for a job of a Swift developer or the iOS developer. He had a resume written in a Swift code. I mean, come on, that's the creativity. Needless to say that he got the job. Another friend of mine was applying for a position of a customer support representative. He had a binder with the positive feedbacks from his clients he helped. And you know what? It worked. Go an extra mile. And for closure, here are some solid advices that would definitely not harm. Moreover, they are rather industry standards and acting differently would be perceived as rudeness unless it's somehow your creative plan. Come early but not too early. Coming on time is being late, coming late is an automatic reject, depending on how badly they want you. I usually come around 10 minutes earlier. If for any reason you are running late, you have to either call or write an email notifying the person that invited you. If you decide to cancel at all, you must say upfront, because wasting someone's time is rude, and you don't want to be rude. Bad reputation has a tendency to spread. Be polite and smile. Talk and don't make them pull the words out of you. The HRs are also checking out how you are going to fit in the work environment and how you react to stress. So biting your tongue can have its other time, even if you perceive yourself to be shy by nature. Also, after an interview, when they ask you if you have any questions, do ask. It would show your true interest. Although obviously the fact that you came to the interview is showing your interest pretty well on its own, right? But still, ask the questions. Next, bringing a printed version of your resume is a time perceived as redundant and old school, and yet I always have a couple of copies in my backpack because you never know, and it's better safe than sorry. As I usually come with the presentation, I also have my slides printed out. You never know when your tech might break down, and backing up with analog won't harm. Also, I hope that it's unnecessary to tell you that bringing your mom or your friend to your interview is a total no-go. Good, because I was worried. Handshaking, looking in the eyes, speaking up first, and other basics of business etiquette I would leave for some other time. Maybe I will make a video on it. What do you think? Leave a comment, let's discuss. For now, I wish you to nail this interview. And don't worry, practice makes perfect. You will always have more chances to shine. So take it easy. And don't forget to keep it positive. I see you in the next one. Truly yours, Smart Procrastination.